Good morning.
Good morning.
Y'all are quiet because I was muted. That's why, huh? Yeah, I'm like, why are y'all being quiet? Pete's gonna think that we're a quiet bunch, and I know that ain't the truth. How's everybody doing this morning?
Fantastic.
I love it. Amazing. I think that Pete is here.
Hi, Sarit, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning. Good morning.
But I'm trying to figure out how to
start the video. Okay, I'll direct you. So do you see on the bottom left hand side there's two icons. One says mute and the other one says stop video. Do you see that?
Here we go. Got it.
Right, there you go.
All right, does that work?
Highly adaptable. Yes, it's perfect.
Hi, Aaron.
Pete.
Technology has never been my friend.
You know what? You're like me. She's the tech person, and I'm always like, "Hey, can you help me to figure this out?" And she's like, "I don't know how you don't get it. I just click buttons and it works out."
Yeah. Good. All right.
I love it. So you guys, before we get started, do us a favor and drop a comment and tell Pete where you're all from. Where are you representing? I wonder if somebody here is from Arizona. Kelly from Jersey. Kelly, what part of Jersey are you from? Is this your first live interview?
Sure is.
Whoa, where in Jersey?
South Jersey, near, not too far from Philadelphia, in between Philly and Atlantic City.
Cool. You went into the Twilight Zone for a little bit, but I picked up on South Jersey. That's awesome. Well, welcome. Jeanette is from Iowa, Bay Area, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Delaware, near Philly, Houston, Texas. Okay. So Pete, like I said, as the conversation goes on, you will see that more people will join in. But for now, team, are we ready to get this party started? Pete, are you ready?
Yeah. Is that background? It looks weird in mine. Can you see me all right, or is it shiny?
You're perfect.
Okay.
You look younger than a 30-year-old. I know that you're fitter than like 99.99% of most 30-year-olds.
Wow, that's good to hear. That's not what my wife says anymore, but thanks.
I mean, you know what? Like, did you all see like the photo that I posted? Like, that's his wife. Like, you two are like goals.
Oh, thanks. We're just trying to stay young.
But it just goes to show that she is giving you like a positive push to not settle. Amazing. You guys, let me get set up real quick. In the meantime, Pete, I want to ask you a question. Do you drink coffee? So this is an espresso show.
Do I drink coffee?
Yeah, do you drink coffee?
Not really. I drink tea.
You drink tea. What kind of tea do you drink?
Usually, like just morning, like breakfast, English breakfast tea, you know, okay. Earl Grey, stuff like that.
And do you drink that in the morning?
Not really, because I work out every morning, so I just kind of, I don't know, I missed that habit. I just didn't ever get in the habit of doing it.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. You guys give me just 1 minute. I'm gonna get us all set up, and then we're gonna get this party started. Peter, are we all good to go?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Well, good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. Also, happy first Friday in August. Today, I have with me indoor rowing world record holder for the 60 to 69-year-old age category in the 500-meter row sprint, Pete Moosbrugger. Pete, aside from being an anaerobic machine, and I'm going to share with the ladies a few videos of, you know, all of the really cool things that you do. You're a husband, a father, a grandfather, a talented furniture designer. You're also the founder of Peter Thomas Designs, located in Scottsdale, Arizona. So Pete, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You bet. Thanks.
I love it. So, you know, normally the first question that I ask, or any question as a matter of fact, is a question towards to the guest speaker that we're hosting. But today, the first question that I'm going to ask is actually for the audience, you guys. So my question to you guys is, type in the chat box if you've ever rowed before. Like, have you ever been on a rowing machine? Comment yes or no in the chat box. Okay, let's see how many people rowed before, Pete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tiffany even owes one. Okay, so now, for those of you guys who rode, okay, and the reason why I'm asking this is because I'm going to help put things into perspective so that you guys can see what kind of machine Pete is. But the last time that you rode 500 meters, like, can you recall, like, how long it took you to complete that? Like, give us an estimation. 209. Jeanette, that's pretty beastly. How about the rest of y'all? Nothing?
That's actually really good.
138? Shit, Sarah. Sarah, you're an anaerobic machine too. Clearly our group is really fit. How about the rest of y'all? Tammy, no idea. 154. Kelly, that's really good. Well, you guys, okay, so to help you put things into perspective, Pete rode 500 meters in 1:26.1. Do y'all want to see it? If you want to see it, give me a thumbs up. I love it. Okay, hold on. Pete, do you give us permission that I share this video with the ladies?
Sure, you bet. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Can you guys see this screen? All right.
Moosbrugger.
Use them legs, baby.
Come on, pull. Come on, Pete. Dig in there. There you go. Get into those final strokes.
Nasty.
Thanks.
Nasty. And then and then he goes and says nice. Like you can actually speak afterwards. That's amazing.
That was fun.
You guys, 126.1, just to give you a perspective. And also, if you've never rode before, but you like went on an air bike, just for the record, Pete can burn 20 calories in 20 seconds on that machine, which is insane. So Pete, wow, like you are an absolute machine. Okay, so obviously we now have a perspective of what is it that like your body is able to accomplish. So now, Pete, based on your performance, it's safe to say that you're probably in the best shape of your life. So my question, for you, in order to understand like where it is that we're going, it's always really important to know where it is that you came from. Were you always an athlete, and did you always take care of your body, or did something happen at some point in your life that made the shift?
Yeah, so I've always I started competing when I was 9. So gosh, over 50 years ago. I've always done sports. When I first got married at 24, and that was really the first time I backed away a little bit. But up until then, I competed through high school, I competed through college, and then I competed out of college too. And actually, Sandy Kellen, who owns X Endurance. The reason I met him is he was recruiting track athletes for a bobsled team. So we put together a bobsled team and trained in Europe, and then we went to the Olympic trials in Lake Placid and didn't make the team, but we had fun. So we did that in '82.
You were on the team. You guys were on the same team?
Pardon me?
You guys were on the same team? You and Sandy?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's how I met Sandy. Yeah, so we've been buddies ever since. But anyway, but then I got so when I got married, had a child right away, and I started a business. So I kind of backed away for a little bit, but then about 35, I'm like, I see the writing on the wall. If I don't start working out, I'm going to lose whatever I have. So I started working out again at about 35. And now it's ramped up. Now I'm scared to death that I'm going to lose. I just turned 60, and I'm going, man, whatever I lose now, I lose for good. I'm not going to get back. So I'm fairly motivated to, go after it. So that's why I work out 6 days a week.
You work out 6 days a week.
Yeah.
I love it. We're definitely going to get into your routine in just a little bit. But you guys, remember, these interviews are always a great opportunity to take notes so that you can retain more information and really learn from people who have accomplished something great. So Pete, it seems as if, taking care of your body is something that, you have to invest a lot of time and effort into. And it's kind of like, at this point it is in your DNA, like for sure, but it's a part of who you are. But when I was doing a little bit of research about you, like I do with every guest speaker, I was looking into your company and what it is that you do, right? And you're a furniture designer, okay? And you're also like a world-class athlete in the sense that for you, I know you sent me the chart, but what was the time difference between first place and second place?
A second and a half.
A second and a half, you guys. Like, take one deep breath, and like we've already like surpassed it, okay? So like every single second or millisecond counts. But from what it is that you do, like, as part of your athletic career and also within your business, I can definitely assume that you pay attention to detail with regards to everything that you do. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So thinking through what I'm in my business, we build, high-end furniture. So the details are everything. The difference between what we build in our shop and what you can go buy at Restoration Hardware is the details,
Sure.
So yeah, I focus a lot on that. And then the same in training, it's evolved over the years to where I think I've got the most efficient kind of training that I can do. In some areas, I'm doing better than I've done in 20 years, which is really encouraging for me. But I think the big picture for me about working out is it's become my therapy. So it's not just part of my life. It's my therapy that keeps me sane. My business is really stressful. So it's the only time of the day that I'm not thinking about work or whatever challenges I've got.
Sure. Something that we always talk about in our program is the concept of finding your anchor. And I know that Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, talks about it a lot too. Like, we all need to find an anchor, and it doesn't matter what it is. I know that for me, my anchor is definitely working out as well. It's like, you guys, finding your anchor is like when somebody says, this is my happy place or my therapy, like the place where I get to tune out and just get centered and connected, so that no matter what I have going on in my day, in my life, like whether it's like, whether it's a tornado outside or just like a storm inside my own body, like this is my time to just kind of like zen in, zone out, and just do my thing, right? So my question to you is, because something that we always talk about with regards to nutrition is the concept of, always understand, like intention, having an intention with regards to whatever it is that you do is by far the most important part. However, you have to pay attention to detail, especially with regards to ingredients. Okay, so I want to talk about the concept of, paying attention to detail. How has that trait of paying attention to detail, whether it's in your business or, with rowing, how has that attributed to your level of success?
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever thought about it in terms of paying attention to detail. So if paying attention to detail is perfection or hitting perfection, that's always my goal. It's in working out, paying attention to detail. I guess as it pertains to working out, it would be in form. The form. Do I cheat if I'm doing push press? Do I go up halfway, or do I push it up all the way, even though I'm doing 30 of them or something? Yeah. So, and that certainly has crossover into my business.
Sure. So I would call it the concept of integrity, huh?
Yeah. There you go. Because when we compete, the guys I work out, to me, everything in life should be a competition. I will do my business as a competition. Every sale is a competition. Anyway, just stories they're probably boring, but I have stories about how, I go into meetings where I'm meeting with the Marriotts and the head of marketing or something, and I view that as a winner. I'm either going to win or I'm going to lose. We're going to either get to do this hotel in Hawaii or we're not, based on how I perform. And so the same with working out. Every workout is literally a competition. Like we have a board, we write down times, everybody, you either win or you lose.
I love it. And you know what? Like, it's true. Business is a game and sports is a game. And, there is so many principles that are just, completely tied in together. Something that we always talk about in our program is, the concept that every day is like game day, right? Every day is game day, and every day we all start at 0-0. Like, I don't care where you're at in your journey. Like, you've done really well up till now. Good. It doesn't matter. Like, what you did yesterday doesn't matter. Like, the only thing that matters is what you do today. And for as long as you show up and give it your all, right? And have a winner's mentality, like you are doing everything that you can to rise above, you end up the day with 1-0 and you win, right? But if you don't show up, you lose. And the same thing goes, you know, like in the boardroom as well. Like you show up, you give it your best, you close a sale. Yes, you win, of course. You sign a contract. So from your experience, right, being an entrepreneur and being an athlete as well, right? Can you guys hear Sergeant screaming? This is our dog. He sounds like a cat when he cries. He's such a drama queen. It's crazy. But you know, we always talk about, you know, business and sports having a lot of similar principles. But from your experience competing and of course owning your own business, what are some similar principles that you just carry into the day that are similar, whether it's, you know, with regards to your furniture business and also the gym or wherever it is that you train at?
Yeah. So here's for me, the golden rule. It's this simple. I need to get uncomfortable every day. That is absolutely, for me, I do whatever I have to do to get uncomfortable. If by the end of the day at my shop, if I haven't gotten uncomfortable, then I'll make a phone call. Do something to get uncomfortable. And the best example, or the best tutor for getting uncomfortable for me has been the physical. So do whatever I've got to do physically, because it's such an easy, obvious thing to do when I can get physically uncomfortable, to transfer that then into other psychologically uncomfortable or nervous, or I've got to meet somebody, I've got whatever. So there's some things that I do to kind of prompt that. I take ice baths every Friday. So tonight, I'm on my way home, I'm stopped by Costco, I'm picking up 240 pounds of ice. I get the water at 33 to 34 and I hop in for 10 minutes. And so that's uncomfortable and it's awesome. It does some other really cool stuff. It changes my body. It's a separate deal, but I go from a sympathetic to parasympathetic, and I teach my autonomic nervous system to open and close better. And anyway, there's some advantages to it, but at the end of the day, it's just choosing to get uncomfortable. And I've found that man, that's just a great principle to live by. So if I'm sedentary, if I'm taking it easy, if I'm afraid or scared of something and I just don't push through it, it's like, man, I lost. I didn't advance as a person or a businessman or an athlete today.
You guys, this is amazing. Like he just rained on us a golden nugget and he dropped it so hard. Like, I don't know if you felt the earth shatter, but I did. Like, you go out of your way to get uncomfortable every day. Like, I wrote that down. I need to get uncomfortable every day. My theory, okay, and Pete, tell me if you agree. I believe that in the 21st century, right, especially in 2020 with everything that's happening, this year gives us an opportunity to have a huge separator in society. The ones who are willing to get comfortable, like, will have like an opportunity of a lifetime. And the ones who are just so comfortable being comfortable are about to go down the drain like ants.
Yeah, it's uncertain times lend themselves to opportunity, and scary as hell though. It is. And this year is just, I mean, what a goofball year. It's just ridiculous. But so here's an example. Here's what I'm doing. So this is fun. So because kind of our economy is a little bit down in Arizona, I'm looking at with some guys starting another business, a sand and gravel operation out on the west side of town. And even though the developments have slowed down, so the building has slowed down a lot, we're looking at I mean, for us, it's a lot of money. It's, $2.5 million. It's a ton of money. But we see it as opportunity, and I'm scared to death to do that. It scares the hell out of me. And yet I keep doing my due diligence. But I think because of the philosophy of, man, life is short, take chances, calculated risks, get uncomfortable. We sit down and have these meetings and we start by going, well, this is bad, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, it's scary as hell. Are we going to do it? Maybe we should probably take a look at doing this. Anyway, there's opportunity, with And if you push through the being uncomfortable, I think you can get ahead.
If you push through being uncomfortable, you will get ahead. You guys need to write that down. If you push through being uncomfortable, you will get ahead. Okay, so here's the thing, Pete. Obviously, like, our brain is designed to stay in our comfort zone, right? Like, you have to train your brain in order to get comfortable being in an ice bath for 10 minutes. In fact, I would love to, you know, if we ever have the opportunity of meeting in person, I would love for you to force me to do that, because I do not like the cold, but I know of the power of getting uncomfortable and being exposed to like 33 degrees of just water and ice for 10 minutes blows my mind. But it seems like such a cool concept, because I know that the byproduct is growth. However, because our brain is trained to stay in our comfort zone, right? At what point in your life, or what event in your life, you know, happened that kind of opened your eyes to know that discomfort is actually an opportunity for growth, and it's not anything scary, but it's what you make of it?
Yeah, then it's kind of like, you know.
Uh-oh. I think you went into the twilight zone.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Can you guys hear me? Technology. Are you guys enjoying this so far? Good. He's awesome. He's a
Sorry, Sheree, I don't know what's going on.
Hey, it's all good. I just told him that you went into the twilight zone.
There we go. Okay, are we back? Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
So the reason I started doing ice baths, because we have a place, we're at Encinitas, there down the street from you, right?
Okay, yeah.
And I hated going in the water. I'd go in it's like freezing. Even in the summer, I'm like, I'm not going in. So it was a result of that. I'm tired of being a chicken shit when it comes to going in the water. Dang it. So then I'll start doing ice baths. So that's what started it 3 years ago.
I love it. But was that the event that, you know, made you accept the fact that being uncomfortable is actually a blessing? Or was it something else?
No, that was just applying the principle I already had in place. I just hadn't ever had the guts to apply it to something so uncomfortable for me. But that's always been my goal. Even when I was young, I was never the fastest. I was never the this or that, but I thought if I can push harder than anybody else, if I can get more uncomfortable, push through the lactic acid, whatever, I can get ahead. So I think I started that fairly young. It took a long time. It took 25 years, I would say, in business, though, before I had the guts to really push and apply it to business. So now, in my own opinion, humble opinion, I'm pretty fearless when it comes to, in my own business. I'm pretty confident and I'm comfortable making really hard calls, like calling the owner of Restoration Hardware and saying, hey, we've got a new line that we've designed, and you guys need to carry that, or whatever. I'm just using that as an example. Mm-hmm. Maybe 10 years ago, I would have been like, I don't want to, he's not going to want to talk to me. You know, now I'm going, well, what the heck? Yeah, let's give it a shot.
I love it. So basically the catalyst for that was understanding that every time that you push yourself through lactic acid buildup in your training, you're like, oh shit, like my performance is improving.
Yeah, I think, because I've never thought, I don't think I'm that, I've never been particularly talented. I've never been particularly strong or fast or anything else, but I thought I think I assessed that pretty accurately when I was young and just went, yeah, I mean, I'm an okay guy. I'm got some strengths and weaknesses like everybody else, but what could I do how am I going to get ahead in life? Because I am pretty driven and I'm pretty motivated by competition. And I thought, well, if I can just do it with my head, if I can push through, maybe push hard, maybe I can beat somebody who's faster than me because I can push harder mentally. I can go into the pain more.
Hell yeah. I love it. Amazing. So you guys, remember, always get uncomfortable. The day in which you don't get uncomfortable, you didn't grow, right? And John Maxwell says that, you know, like whatever it is that you want to get out of life is all a byproduct of the level of growth that, you know, you're applying each and every day. So now, Pete, I want to transition a little bit, but you're a master's athlete. And for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with the term master's athletes, and please tell me if I'm correct for the rowing category, but basically that means that you're an athlete above the age of 35, correct?
Yeah, master's athlete, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, you know, I have an extreme appreciation for master's athlete, and we interview a lot of athletes on these in this show. But you know what really draws me to master's athlete is your ability to harmonize life. You know, normally younger athletes, like, you know, that is basically like their main life focus, right? Normally, like, they're single, maybe they're dating somebody or like married, but like their career is their athletic career for the most part, right? But like as a master's athlete, I mean, the amount of roles that you play, right? Like you're a business owner, you're a husband, you know, you're a father, you're a grandfather, like you have so many things going on, yet you still make sure to make training a priority in your lifestyle. And you know, it's admirable, because something that we hear all the time, and probably you hear it too, because when you walk into a boardroom, the first thing that people notice is probably your posture and how great you look, and you don't have, you know, like a gut and like, you know, slouching over and whatnot, like you look like you're 30 years old, right? So, you know, something that we hear from, you know, most middle-aged people nowadays is the concept of I don't have time, right? So my question to you goes out there to anybody who has a lot going on in their life, right? Like the masters, let's say, like if you're above the age of 35, like how do you create time to harmonize all of the responsibilities that you have in your life?
I guess just, I think we always have time to do what's important to us, right? So it's, I never use the words, I don't have time, and I never use the words when somebody says, how you doing? Busy. I just hate that when somebody says busy. Everybody's busy, you know? So I got time to do what's important to me. So, you know, training is important. As I said, it's my therapy. So pretty easy. I get up early between 4:30 and 5. I go work out for an hour and a half and start my day. So it's kind of easy in that sense, and that it's so much my therapy. And as I said right before, I'm not kidding. I really do have a sense that whatever I lose now, it's just going to be gone forever. I'm just too old to get anything back. So I'm fighting like hell to keep whatever strength I have, whatever speed I have. So there's also that added motivation of going, I can drink heavily tonight and take the day off tomorrow, but then I might not ever get that back. So anyway.
It's investing your time and energy into what will bring you back more. I love that. And here's the thing, and you know, like when we're on the phone talking to people about our program, like prospects who qualify for our program, right? Like, you know, we ask them a lot of questions, and somebody who's not living this lifestyle, right? Like they make up a lot of excuses and they don't even realize that, right? But, you know, something that we always say is that by the end of the day, how you spend your time is directly correlated with your priorities. If something is a priority for you, you will make time for it. If it's not, then fine, like you just won't. However, I think it's because society is so soft per se, like, you know, nobody really tells people like that the truth. So they just accept the fact that, oh, I don't have time. It's like, no, dude, it's not a priority for you. Like we all have the same 24 hours in the day. Like you, Warren Buffett, you know, Usain Bolt, like we all have the same 24 hours in the day. Why is it that some people are in incredible shape you know, like they got their shit together and some people don't. And I think, you know, by the end of the day, it goes down to priorities. But, you know, when I'm asking these questions too, it's just to reaffirm, right, to the audience and for anybody who will listen, you know, in the future, that, you know, I hope that if you're a 40-year-old and you're trying to get on the right path and you have a lot going on and you're like, oh, I don't know how to make it happen. Like, okay, like list your priorities. Like that's what you have to do. And then you will make the time for what matters. So thank you for touching upon that. Okay, I pulled up a stat and then I have a question followed by it. Did you guys know that according to Medicare, 75% of the population of the age of 65 or older take prescription drugs on a regular basis? 75%, okay? Now here's the thing. Over 80% of them take 2 or more, and over 50% of them take 4 or more, okay? To help you guys put things into perspective with regards to where Pete is at with regards to just like his health in comparison to most of the population his age. Pete, do you take any prescription medication?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think so. I'm just putting you on the spot. But I mean, I'm like, there's no way in hell this guy has high blood pressure if at the age of 60 he pulls 126. How does the way in which you take care of your body affect your health?
You know, I think I've been doing it so long. I don't know what would happen if I have a pretty healthy fear. I think of what would happen if I stopped working out at the level I do. So I think it would affect, not working out would affect me pretty quickly and negatively. So as I said, that's why I work out with such a paranoia. I also, I mean, I hate to say it, but I like to drink. I love Manhattans. So,
okay.
So part of it is I work out as hard as I do so that I can enjoy relaxing and having a Manhattan at night without feeling guilty.
I love it. But, you know, I think that we've spoken, I think it was 2 weeks ago with a CrossFit Games athlete, Margot Alvarez, and, you know, like she harmonizes her lifestyle. She loves wine. So she has a glass or 2 of wine every single night. But, you know, do you have them in hand like every night, or is it just a couple times per week?
No, but probably six nights a week, 5 or 6 nights a week. If I have a really hard workout, I don't have one the night before, but yeah.
Sure, but you know, in our program, we talk about it about the concept of the compound effect, right? Like if every single day, let's say you were to take 1,000 actions, right, and 999 of them took you ahead, and one maybe it was not in alignment. Like you have to look at the big picture. Like one Manhattan is not going to destroy your health for as long as your routine is clutch. So I wanna get to talk to you about your routine a little bit, because I think this is where people are really gonna, you know, have a perspective of how like your byproduct, right? Your body is able to perform at such a high level at the age that you're in. So let's talk about how you do your health overall. Now, diet is obviously something that's super important, right? When it comes to body composition, performance, you know, the body that you live in. So what does your diet look like?
Yeah, pretty clean. I keep sugar under 50 grams a day, and carbs to a minimum, and other than that, I just hit colors. That's all I think about. I gotta hit a bunch of green. I gotta hit proteins. Then I do some complex carbs. So if it's a sweet potato or stuff like that. But I'm not a big sugar guy, so it makes it really easy. And then I just I try to hit 160 to 180 grams of protein a day. So I just break it up into picking colors. Like for lunch, I got to hit, hit the colors, mostly hit green so I can get some vegetables, right?
What's your favorite vegetable?
Broccoli.
Broccoli. Okay. So like, I mean, I get the whole concept of colors, right? You guys call like all colors of the rainbow. So like for lunch, like what do you have for vegetables? Do you just have broccoli or do you mix it up like with other stuff too?
No, so I usually have a spinach salad for lunch with chicken, and then you might be some whole wheat bread or something on the side.
Great, great. I love it. Optimized meal, you guys. Veggies, protein, healthy carb, some sort of healthy fat. Awesome. See, it's that simple. Okay, how much time do you dedicate to training each week?
The training?
Mm-hmm.
So 10 hours.
Perfect.
Wow.
And that's an elite athlete, you guys, right? So like, and the reason why I'm asking you this is because, you know, a lot of females, especially who strive to live a high performance life and probably want to improve their body composition. And I'm saying it from my own personal experience. When I started my journey, right? I thought that I needed to be on the elliptical until I hit 1,000 calories, which took me at least an hour and a half, and then a little bit of lifting. And like, I would be at the gym for like 3 hours. You guys, it's about effective training. It's not about being at the gym all day, right? Like, and his goals are very particular because like he's training to be the best in the world at something. And he trains for 10 hours a day. So remember, it's about effective training. It's not about living in a gym all day. So you said that you work out between like 4:35 to 6, right? In the morning?
Well, no, I get up at 4:35 and work out 6 to 7:30 in the morning.
So when are you working out today? Did I totally like mess up your workout schedule?
Yeah, that's all right. I'm gonna probably go do the something on the road, the Echo this afternoon, and then Saturdays are our ball busters, so we have a 2-hour just brutal on Saturday mornings. So we break up the workouts into high intensity interval training. It's called HIIT, but it's on Mondays. And then Tuesday is medium strength, medium cardio. Wednesday is all strength. I take Thursdays off, and then Friday is medium cardio again. Saturday is balls to the wall, everything we got. And Sunday I go sprint.
I love it.
But I tell you, the most interesting part of bringing back in high intensity interval training, we did that about 5 years ago, started doing that back again. And it's been I think it's the single most neglected area of training that anybody across the board does. And by doing that, by filling my body with lactic acid and flushing it and filling it and flushing it and doing that repeatedly, not only does it just get you in crazy good shape, but it trains your body to then, it has a positive effect on every other area of training.
100%.
So we do this deal. Are you familiar, Suri, with the Rogue Echo, the Echo?
Yes.
So for a perfect example, that would be to do 10 cal.
Okay.
All out. I mean, just all out. And we've had guys come over that are in their 20s, these big buff monster bodybuilder guys, and they just last 4 or 5 and they're throwing up and they leave. They're done. I mean, I kind of get a kick out of it. I hate to say it, but it's more about just training your body to do that. If they stuck with it within a month, they'd be blowing us all away.
Yeah, 100%. You guys, to talk a little bit about like the more detailed mechanics of training, we have 3 energy systems, right? The ones that like society is most familiar with is the aerobic, and that's what most women think they need to get to develop in order to lose weight. That's why a lot of women love to run, but that is like the most basic. Then we have anaerobic, and that's what Pete is a beast at. It makes you like a more efficient metabolic creature. Okay. And then we have the phosphagen system, which is like very, like extremely short, but like all out explosive movements. So Pete, I can only help but to assume, being the kind of athlete that you are, that your training involves developing all 3 energy systems, correct?
Yeah. I'd never heard of it that succinctly, but yeah, that's we fit into those.
Awesome. I love it. Okay, perfect. Now, what role does your diet play on your energy levels?
I eat the same thing every day. I don't really, I kind of always looked at food as fuel. So it makes it really easy. It's just good. I think I eat what I need to eat. So I'm more just I'm not really aware of the effect that my diet has on my energy level. I'm more aware of the effect that, well, that alcohol has on my energy level or something, if I do something wrong, but I eat the same thing every day. So.
Yep. The reason why I'm asking that is because you probably hear this a lot. I mean, look, your body performs like a machine. So that is your norm. Like your norm is stable, like energy levels all throughout the day, right? I can only help but to assume so. Like you're very clear and like you're steady all throughout the day, right? Doesn't matter 4 in the morning, like 8 at night, it's all the same. But for most people, it's very much like this throughout the day. Right. But my point for asking you this question is because typically the consistency within the cleanliness of your diet shows to have direct correlation with regards to your energy levels. So, for anybody who's listening, right, if you're wondering, oh, I wonder what, Pete's energy level looks like, after his board meeting at 2 p.m., Pete, it's probably the same as it is at 6 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the concept of consistency. I love it. Pete, do you have a morning routine?
Yeah, I do. I get up. The first thing I do is breathe. Are you familiar with Wim Hof, the Iceman?
No. I mean, I know of X-Men, like the cartoon or whatever it is. Uh-oh. Twilight Zone.
He's talking about the Marvel movie.
The actor? Oh, yeah. Well, he's in the Twilight Zone. Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Jerry, happy day one. How's your day going so far? Peter, are we back?
Doing good.
What? I see some movements happening.
Okay, is it back?
You're back? Now I can see you too.
Annoying as hell. Jeez. All right.
Good. It's all good.
All right. So
we all love each other. So like we can entertain ourselves.
all right. I didn't hear your answer. Do you know who Wim Hof is?
No, but I can assume that it's an actor or something.
No, it's called the Iceman. He's on YouTube. If you just Google the Iceman, Wim Hof. So he's this guy. He's actually my age, but he's gotten a global following now for his. In fact, I did a 10-week course of his 3 years ago. It's the other thing that got me started on the ice baths.
Okay.
So he has all these world records for swimming under ice and doing all kinds of stuff. And but he also do this breathing every morning. So, and by doing that, you change your.
Is it Jeanette? I feel like I'm gonna need to look him up. Okay. Hello, Brian. Is this your first interview with us? Kelly, have a great weekend. Welcome, Brian. Where are you from?
Wow. Okay. God dang, is that annoying? Holy
It's all good. It's all good. I will blame the Arizona heat for that.
All right. Anyway, I breathe every morning. I take a half hour and I do these 4 rounds of breathing. It's 30 deep breaths, followed by letting all the air out and holding my breath with no air in my lungs. And I do that, and then I do that for as long as I can. I'm been building up to it for a while, so typically I'm over 2 minutes with no air, and then I take a deep breath and I hold my breath for about 30 to 45 seconds, and I do that 4 rounds of that. It changes my body, my blood from acidic to alkaline, and I actually checked that. I got those little strips. You can get those little strips that you spit on, and I did it before, and it was really dark purple, so it was acidic. Did my breathing, and it was clear. Like, wow, it really does change your blood to alkaline.
Wow. So I can only help but to assume that what it does is it activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Welcome, Brian from Vegas.
I feel like it has Wi-Fi on and it's turned Wi-Fi off. So.
Yeah, we're almost done. Crystal, I was definitely thinking about you. Add that to your morning routine.
Man, that is it's so frustrating.
It's okay. It might be, are you on Wi-Fi? You might want to turn it off.
I haven't got a clue how to do that.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't. It's all good. Like I said, we're
All right.
entertaining one another and having conversations in the back. Okay, so your morning routine involves, a very extensive breathing technique. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, amazing. Do you have an evening routine?
Have a what?
An evening routine?
Just a Manhattan.
Yes, I love it. Yin and yang. How much sleep do you get per night?
Say that. I'm sorry. Wait, what?
How much sleep do you get per night?
Oh, so I go to bed at 10 so 6.5 hours, I guess, 6 to 7 hours.
Great. And then what other keystone habits, right? Like, habits that, trickle down to other habits in your life that have improved your health and well-beings do you practice on a regular basis? Other than eating, training, breathing routine, nightly Manhattan?
I can't. I think that covers it. I can't think of anything else. When you say the word routine or habit, I mean, I always go back to my golden rule, which is get uncomfortable. So I don't know. I mean, it just is.
Love it.
Sometimes I do really silly things just so I can get uncomfortable.
I love it. And I can only help but to assume that since you are an anaerobic athlete, that you do take the extreme endurance tablets, right?
Yeah, what a huge difference that makes too. I would say that's the first supplement I ever took that I actually saw a quantifiable difference.
You know what? Me too. And I was skeptical for the longest time. And that day, after Aaron put me on it for 7 days, I felt like Superman that grew like a new set of wings. I was able to bust out 15 extra pull-ups. I'm like, did you see that? She's like, yeah, I told you need to take that. Do you take any other supplements?
Protein powder.
Do you take the X Endurance one?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a game changer. I think a bunch of y'all are taking some X Endurance stuff, right? Or it's on the way. Drop it in the comments if you are. I'd love to see who else takes X Endurance. Okay, so, something that we always say is, woo, I see you, girl. So you have a morning routine, right? You eat clean, you train consistently, you do your breathing exercises, but, you know, as you guys can see, like there's no like every Friday you do your ice bath, but there's nothing like crazy out of the world that you do, right? You're just very consistent with it.
Yep.
So something that we always say is that, you know, success is a byproduct of consistency. How consistent have you been with these routines, and how long have you been practicing these routines for?
Yeah, I think they've developed over the years, but I would say the last 10 years, I'm really consistent.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Who takes X endurance? Amanda, Brian, Crystal, Tiffany, Melody, Tammy, Molly. Wow, a lot of you guys. That's awesome. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, Molly, I got something for you.
What you got for her? What do you have for her?
A video of me watching a video of her.
Oh, that was her?
Uh-huh.
Shit. She told me, she was like, babe, you need to get... Are we here?
Yeah.
It's all good. I told you we're just having coffee chats in the back.
All right.
So know that it's good on our end, and we have much gratitude to you. Okay, so you've been consistent for quite a bit of time, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Way to pull it back home. Yes.
Oh, good. So, okay, from your experience within, you know, your health, wellness, and fitness journey, let's say if somebody was to walk up to you, right, and ask you, Pete, if you had one piece of advice to give to me, what would that be?
I know I sound like a broken record, but sometimes people ask me that, I just say, get uncomfortable.
I knew it. I love it. Amazing. You guys, get uncomfortable and stay consistent with getting uncomfortable, and you will be great by doing that. Pete, that was awesome. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
It was really a pleasure.
Great to get.
Thank you for sacrificing your workout.
Glad to do it. Thanks.
But I know that you will make it up because it's a part of your routine.
Amen.
Hey, when you and Aaron come down to Encinitas, Aaron and I have to take you guys to this place called Campfire. They make incredible cocktails, and I'm not a Manhattan drinker, but I know that they make badass Manhattan. So we have to take you guys.
Awesome. We're in. We'll be there in 3 weeks.
Okay, amazing. We'll connect. You guys, I wish you an incredible Friday. Have a beautiful weekend. Pete, you do the same. Enjoy your ice bath tonight and enjoy your Manhattan afterwards. Have an incredible weekend, and we will catch you on Monday at 6:30.
All right. Thanks. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us.
All right. See ya.
Bye, Pete.